What day is it today? It is Friday, April the 4th, 6:35 a.m. I've got my breakfast in the bag. I got my lunch in my backpack. I always get I'm wearing a black shirt and my khaki pants. I'm wearing my Birks. These are the best things I can wear for my feet. Let me turn it around, clip it to the magnet so I can talk to you. Yesterday was an easy day, and I still ended up walking over 20,000 steps. Walk so much in Taiwan. Probably because in the morning, like this, I'll probably get my 10,000 steps in before 10 o'clock, before 9 o'clock. Do a lot of walking in Taiwan. I've lost weight, I've gotten better shape, I'm well tanned. Taiwan is always very good for me. I get a decent amount of sleep, I go to bed early. I have a healthy lifestyle. I don't waste my time watching Netflix and Prime movies, drinking wine and whiskey. All I do is what you see essentially. Get up early, have a good breakfast, take a stroll, make movies. I paint and do pottery and stuff, you know. It's all just, time just goes by, and all the time that goes by is all in a fairly healthy and productive way. I've become a saint. So today is Friday, but it seems like Sunday because it's a 4-day holiday. Yesterday seemed like Saturday, especially because met a friend at the train station and we went up to Zhouwing, not New Zhouwing, not Xingzhouwing, but Zhouwing. Got off the train and wandered around the west part of Lotus Lake, the mountains up there, and then around the lake to Zhouwing and back. And Lotus Lake is one of those places that is always busy. What's interesting though is I haven't really been up there. I mean, I ride my bike around it once in a while, but on the mountain side of things, I haven't been there since 2019, and it's very different now than it was before. Last time I was there, the platform that overlooked the lake was completely overgrown, so you couldn't see anything. And according to my New Zealand friend, none of those walkways were there, or they're under construction. I don't remember them even being there. So I think when he says under construction, they were being newly constructed. So that's good. That's positive change. So that's an interesting day. I may go up there again and make a video for Bob's Utopia. Because it was kind of interesting. It might be a little redundant because it's a lot of old Japanese bunkers and things like that. So I've already kind of done that. In fact, speaking of Bob's Utopia, and I know that's probably important to you because, again, according to my New Zealand friend, that's where anyone who watches this channel probably started, which makes sense. I mean, I did put a link in the description. I didn't actually think anyone would watch though. But I got a video that's coming out tonight. 29 train stations in 29 days. And then part 2 of that's ready to go as well. And then yesterday when I was looking at the next 2 stations in that series, I noticed a fatal flaw. So I'm going to have to either redo those 2 videos into one shorter one, or I'm going to have to scrap the whole thing. We'll see how the video does today, and If it does poorly, then I may just scrap the whole thing. Truth be told, I'm much more enjoying doing this kind of video where it doesn't take any editing. It's the easiest video you can make, really. I just clipped a little camera to my shirt and talk and walk. I could do this every day. I could do this twice a day. I could do this for 20 minutes. Maybe not 20 minutes. Yeah. So I got my breakfast in the bag. I'm gonna go take my morning walk. I'm gonna get out before the heat of the day. It's gonna be a hot and sunny day today. I burnt my head yesterday. You know, we always think that things change, but we remain the same. But in reality, things change and we change too. And since I started shaving my head, I shave my head every 3 or 4 weeks and keep my hair really short. I've noticed 2 things, and these things are obvious, but until you've experienced them, you don't really notice them. Thing 1 is that on a cold day, your bald head gets cold. Duh. Thing number 2, on a day that's sunny, your head gets burnt. Thing 3, on an overcast day where you can't see the sun, your head still gets burnt. So, word to the wise. Wear a hat. Wear sunscreen. So,
Morning.
Morning. I could talk about Trump's tariffs, but I don't think there's anything I can say that other people haven't already said. We'll see how this plays out. I figure it's going to be till September, October until things smooth out a bit, but we'll see. I'm optimistic. I may be overly optimistic. That tends to be my default, which I think is a pretty good default. Yeah, I'm counting down in Taiwan. I don't have that many days left now. I mean, I got 3 weeks plus, but the reality is already starting to set in. And you know how I feel about reality. Don't like it. I see the when I'm watching the news, I see the newscasters wearing their heavy coats, and I see the flurries flying, and I think, my God, you know, it's April, and yet still the weather is so cold and snowy. And I really am an outside person. I can't take that kind of lifestyle. What am I going to do? I can't go for my morning walk like this. I am going to do it though. I'm going to find a way to do this. It's not going to be, well, I think it'll be fine. When I get there, you know, it's spring. If the weather is your biggest problem, then really you don't have a problem. But I have to say that, as in terms of Taiwan, the longer you stay here, the more you like it. You go through kind of a curve. First, it's all exciting and awesome, and you're learning new things, and then you kind of get used to it. And then you start to really appreciate it. And so you get another jolt of enjoyment. And in terms of this video channel, Bob walks around. Where's Bob walking? The Bob Pod. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because this is easy, and I don't care if I say the same things every day, which I don't, but I might start. And I don't care if I take the same route every day, but I don't, but I could. This is just something that I want to do. Kind of like a written diary, but a verbal diary. Verbal diary. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking. Verbal diary. A vlog. This is a true vlog. And if I abandon or if I downgrade Bob's Utopia, it's only because I've done everything there that I want to do. I was reading that only something like 12% of YouTube videos ever get monetized. So I've put myself in the top echelon of YouTubers, which is nice. And I looked this up. I make, in the last 28 days, I've made on average $3.60 a day. It's basically like 85 NT dollars a day, which is good enough for breakfast. But money's never been my motivator with YouTube, and now that I've pretty much plateaued and peaked out and done everything I can do with Bob's Utopia, I've learned my lessons, and maybe it's time to put that project in abeyance and start this one with new insight. Now, what a gorgeous day. So that's my little chat for today, Friday, which seems like a Sunday. I'm going to take a nice long walk this morning, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Good morning.